Hello and welcome to Meditation Forms, a Jedi's first spiritual art. My name is Alethea Thompson. Today we're going to talk about personal mantra chanting. So what is a personal mantra chant? It is a chant aimed to bring about personal transformation. It is comprised of no more than 2 sentences, which are connected to the same focus of one's transformational need. So some examples for self-confidence, you might have, my conviction is unwavering. I can achieve anything. For discipline, to eat healthy, I honor my body and mind with what I choose to consume. Or for calming the body to sleep, my day has ended. I deserve to sleep. So let's first talk about time of day that you can use these. You have morning. So if you want to use one to direct your day in a particular way, you might do this for eating, the eating one. So if we go back here, discipline to eat healthy, you might choose this one and say, okay, I'm going to use morning. You can also use it for the self-discipline. And this gives you the intention of what you want to do throughout the day. If you are good at setting your intention in the morning without needing the chant, you can move to midday. This is about somewhere around noon or whatever. You've gotten to this point where you are stressed out and you just need to remind your body and yourself that you have a focus, that you want to keep this intention. So you can do this midday and it reminds you of what you had intended in the middle of the, when you began the day, when you were fresh. And then there's one you can do after dinner. And this can be used typically more for relaxation and just kind of unwinding. The one that is with regards to sleep, for example, this could be done before bed. Doing any before bed might also help you with your dream state. We don't really know what dream states are for, but maybe you have a belief that dreams can help give you ideas on how you can move forward in the day. It's processing. So if you wanted to do a affirmation that maybe you are good with your body the way that it is, because some people, they need that affirmation that they're okay with their body, then you can put that as an intention before bed, just to kind of give yourself the refreshed feeling that you are okay with what has happened. So when you choose a time of day, remember to kind of think about why you're choosing that time of day for your particular mantra, because the time of day that you do it may be the difference between whether or not it works. If you're doing something like I'm going to eat healthy and you do it right before bed, that might not be the best time. So you might want to pick, morning or midday, for example. Creating your own mantra. So let's talk about some of the guidelines here. 1, make them positive statements. Do not use something like, I will not give up. Use, I will triumph. Because once you say not, you're kind of already giving it that I'm going to try. And, just kind of go back to Yoda's little thing, do or do not. There is no try. So that statement is kind of there. You want to set your intention, I will triumph. I'm not going to put the negative aspect in there that I might not make it, or that I am kind of just tolerating myself to get through it. So make it positive statements. Avoid negative or demanding words. I kind of went over that already, but demanding is like, I will not give up. And that's a demanding word. Negative, I am not a burden. That is a negative way of putting it. So instead of I am not a burden, I am worthy of respect. Be specific to what you need. Don't sit there and say, okay, I have this broad idea. Be specific. If you want to change your eating habits, be specific to that. Don't just say, I have a body I need help with. If it's eating, if it's exercise, be specific that you want exercise, not just that you want your body to be healthy. Be specific that it's because of exercise, or be specific that it's because you want to eat healthy. Make it short. Short, sweet, to the point, something that is easy. That's really the intention, is that it's easy for you to remember when you're chanting it. All right, so steps for personal mantra chanting. After you've figured out what your mantra is and you've created it, you choose a time today to commit to 5 to 10 minutes of chanting. This might actually be why you choose morning versus midday, or vice versa. Maybe when you get up in the morning, you're going crazy and you don't have time typically in the morning. So if you can find it at midday and you know that you have that midday opportunity, then this is where you say, okay, I have to do this for 5 to 10 minutes, dedicate a time to that, and then go from there. So once you get to that point, you can set a timer, by the way. You can set a timer to remind you that this is when I'm going to chant, if you want to do that, or you get up earlier. Anyway, so when you get to that point where you're chanting, you want to close your eyes and begin to slowly chant your mantra aloud. We don't want you sitting there and tripping over, say, it's not actually a personal mantra, but Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is a Japanese Buddhist mantra. And that one can get very fast and you can trip over your words and you lose your point because you get lost in it, and then you try to re-pull yourself back in to try and focus your attention on what that means. And it just goes crazy. Trust me, I've seen it. I've watched it happen. We don't want you to trip over your words, especially when it's a personal mantra that you are trying to use for personal transformation. So rather, you want to listen to yourself and internalize what this mantra means. Give the mantra a minimum of a week before you just completely write it off as not working at all. Okay? Now, big thing, keep a journal. Thoughts may come up while you're chanting. I have sat here and I have chanted the some of the Heartland Jedi Creed before. And as I'm chanting them, I have thoughts, and this one's not really what it's supposed to be, but those thoughts will come up, and sometimes I'll even say them. I'll even speak them so that my mind and my body are aligned and they hear both of those things being said. I'm not telling you that when you're doing this kind of mantra chanting that that's what you should go with. If it happens, it happens. But those thoughts are important. You don't want to just let them go out into the ether, so to speak. You want them to be something that you can grab onto and then be like, oh, okay, I do need that. And then you can write them in your journal. So your journal's there after you do this chant. Or you might even have a vision of a future self you are after truly having walked into the freedom of the transformation that this chant is intended to accommodate. For these things, it can be good to keep a journal for drawing or written word or both. So, whatever comes to mind, whatever sparks your inspiration, you have a journal there, and it'll help you capture these events and remind you why your mantra is important to you. You might also find that it helps to have a journal to keep track of your progress as you work through your mantra. So this will tell you whether or not it really works, especially if you're trying to curb something like your aggression or your recklessness at work. This will give you an idea as to whether or not it's working, and it can tell you if you need to switch up how you're doing your mantra. Maybe you need to reword it in a way that's more aligned with the intention that you're looking for. So just keep a journal. Trust me, it's a beautiful thing to have a meditation journal right there when you're doing this. Okay, so meditation concerns. These kind of meditations can lead to deconstructive meditations, which analyze the self on a deeper level. Such meditative practices, when a person is already experiencing self-esteem issues, have been found. There was actually a scientific study that showed this, and I don't remember where it was, but it has been found to increase the practitioner's fear, anxiety, and their distorted emotions. It can also lead to hopelessness and helplessness if results are not achieved. So before committing to such meditations, consider whether or not your mantra is a testament to a deeper need, which may be best met confiding in a trained counselor. This way, you're not trying to just do self-help that ultimately does not address the problem itself. Sometimes you really do need someone. Mental health is not a crutch. I assure you, it is not a weakness. It is a strength to be able to go. If you don't have money, we understand that. But just take into consideration that those might be something that are better met by talking it out with a friend or going to see a trained counselor. So, question time again. Which levels of the Force do you believe? This says visualization. This should say personal mantra meditation focuses on. So, personal, the life energy contained within the body of any living organism at any singular point in time. Living, the living force is the sum of all the personal force in present existence. Unifying, it is the sum of the living force which exists as the sum of all life energy in existence at any point in time and all the other forms of energy in the universe. All these definitions come from Aslan Denethorn from Institute for Jedi Realist Studies way back in like the 2000s arena. He was considered a Jedi scholar, and he wrote this. This piece got written into Great Jedi Holocron, compiled by Adam Yao. So just think about this for a couple of seconds, and if you want to, hit pause and put down in the comments below which one you think it is. 3, 2, 1. It is personal and living force. So it is personal force because it is focused on you being a transformational being, but it can also be living force if you are using it in the sense of trying to improve your interactions with people around you. All right, cultivating your inner Jedi. So this really goes to primarily, it can be used for other things too, but I wanted to speak more primarily to self-awareness interior. You will want to use this for transformation, personal transformation. And that really speaks to overcoming the flaws that you see in yourself and manifesting a life where those flaws can be mitigated or completely crushed if you get lucky. So homework. All right, so for your homework, put in the comments below, I want you to develop an original mantra that you can use to help you focus on something you want to bring to fruition in your life, and explain the time of day you believe chanting this mantra would best assist you in fully internalizing it and why you chose that time of day. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all come up with. Thank you for joining me, and may the Force be with you.